Lindsay's hitting on me again. It's awkward.
Oh dear. Okay.
My hand was there first.
Whatever.
It was.
Okay. Moving on. Big Bang's over. I'm so happy we did this. This whole weekend has been the most amazing weekend of my entire
It's better
life.
than any vacation we could have planned. It's better than any Christmas we have ever had.
Not that Christmas isn't like great and all. It's just more like the happiness that we have felt.
Yeah, it's like
is just so amazing. It's so amazing to see these boys in real life and to realize that they're real people, but they're still amazing people and they're so nice. It was really nice to be with them.
It was just amazing.
You have to be a special person to be that amazing.
Especially like the fact that they make all their fans feel special. Like there's so many people there, but like everybody was able to feel included and everything.
On Friday night, we were on level 400 and we still felt special.
Yeah.
Highlights of the concert for us.
Okay, let's go through this. Being in line and meeting some awesome VIPs, that was cool.
Awesome. There were
was
some
really
crazy
awesome.
ones that we tried to avoid a lot, but then we made some really awesome friends that we really got along with.
Shout out to Maria and Sarah.
Yeah, the going girls. Inside the soundcheck party.
So amazing. Oh my gosh, that was worth the money we spent on the VIP tickets.
Yes, just
That
for that.
alone
Oh my
was
gosh, it
amazing.
was so intimate and just so they could see us and we could see them. And
Dwaejitokki was so cute. It
hate
was
you
so
guys.
sweet. His eyes sparkled as he watched us and was just.
And he touched some fans. I couldn't get to him.
He
but
gave Mindy a really weird look though.
This basically broke my heart. Okay, this is what happened. Katie and I are gonna reenact this.
Fine.
Katie's gonna be me.
Okay. And
This
Mindy's
is what I was doing as Daysong was passing us on the stage. So, yeah, Daysong! This is what Daysong did. So that was my moment of shame where I was like, oh my gosh, he thinks I'm a fool.
He does think Mindy is fool. But that's okay because Mindy is a fool.
Daysong, I'm sorry, I really am not weird.
Top didn't come anywhere near us during soundcheck party, but that was okay because I was having fun watching him up close for the first time because we were up in the 400 level Friday night, so I couldn't really see him that well. But being that close to him, even though he was still far away, I was just like, oh my gosh, you were just as gorgeous in real life. This is not fair.
That's true.
But Taeyong came out and he went in front of the audience and freaked security out and
Oh my gosh,
touched fans. It was hilarious. Oh
He
my gosh.
really was like giving those security guards a heart attack.
Yeah. Surprise of this whole event is the fact that we like Sungri now.
I
We
don't know.
liked him before, but
Got
he's
it.
gone up
Like,
in it.
He's actually probably number 2 on my big.
That
list now.
shocks me.
Which
Okay,
is such a shock.
Mindy really didn't like
He was
Sungri
at the
before.
bottom, but I don't know. Seeing him in real life, I felt like I could feel his personality more. I understood him more than the facade that he puts on TV.
Yeah, he does put on a facade.
So I liked him more for some reason.
It seems like he gets such a rush from performing, and his smile was just so genuine for his fans, and he loved it. It was great.
It's true.
That might change later on, but right now that's the way it is.
He's a really great performer, and honestly, he was the one who came over to us the most, and he would get us jumping, and he would be so cute, and he looked at us a lot. I think he wanted to get Mindy's attention a lot because she was the blonde one.
I kept looking over at GD, and then I'd feel like someone looking at me, and I'd look over and it's Sungri, and I'm like, oh,
We're
hey.
like, so great, we're trying to get
We were
GD.
really, really close to the front of the stage during the concert.
We're like one person back for the soundcheck party. So we were really close, but it was so weird. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead. When we were actually at the concert, I was partying and Sungri came over and I was looking over there at Top because he was just a couple people away and I'm like, Top, come over here, please. And I look over and Mindy's reaching her hand towards Sungri as Sungri's like touching people and I look at her, I'm like, Mindy, you realize this is Sungri, right? Like, I don't know what's going on, but I really want to touch him. It was the weirdest thing. Oh my gosh. And Sungri's gorgeous in real life. Oh my gosh. He looks so baby faced, almost like a puppy on videos and
but
things.
he's actually really
He
manly in
looks-
real
He's
life.
really
Yes.
hot.
What?
Real life makes a difference.
It could be that outfit he was wearing for his strong baby.
No,
That was a hot
but that
performance.
was a really nice
really
performance.
That I never really liked it before, but when we were that close to him, I was like, dang, you're hot.
Yeah.
It was
true.
nice.
Yes. And moving on. After soundcheck, we were leaving, and Taeyong stayed on stage, and was just like messing around. I was like, I don't want to leave.
Big stress of the night for me was I lost my ticket. it was
Oh my
I had
gosh.
met a minion in line and I got distracted and I wanted to take my phone out to take pictures and somewhere in there it fell out of my pocket and I couldn't find it, and luckily our good friend Maria helped me and I got to talk to security. I actually went into the venue early to get a ticket. They thought that it was mine and I was waiting for them to get into the will call area where the tickets were. I was listening and I heard Taeyang doing his sound check, going check hana dur, and I was like, I'm the only fan listening to this right now. Yes! It was pretty freaking awesome. But I wanted to go look, but he told me to stay there, so I'm like, dang it! No! But we ended up figuring it out okay, and Mindy, though, was in tears.
I was
felt
really
bad.
scared because Katie's been planning this since February. She has been like obsessing over it. She has all of the pictures from every single concert for the Alive tour on her phone. She has it displayed on her laptop, on her iPad. She shows me videos all the time about this Alive tour, and the thought of her not being able to be in the VIP just like broke my heart. I was just like crying.
She was. I got back and I was like, everything's fine. And she's like, oh my God. Like, what the heck?
I had already decided that if she couldn't find it and they were not going to let her in, I was going to give her my ticket and I was just going to go sit up in the stands because I was not going to let her not have that.
But it's okay.
So
It all worked out just fine. But there was a lot of stress.
it was so stressful
It
though.
was,
Oh my
but-
gosh. That.
Okay, couple quick highlights because I don't think we could talk about this too much. But my favorite parts is the fact that Top looked at me. It was for a split second.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, he looked at me for like a split second, but we made eye contact, and that's all I care about because seeing his gorgeous eyes up close, that boy is way too gorgeous. Like, for his own good. What the heck? But Mindy was helping. She was like, Top! And she's like,
I was like,
pointing at me.
I was making sure he was going to look at her.
And he's like, crazy people? And that's probably like, he looked at me, he's like, crazy. And
I
looked
feel
away.
like that's what they felt about us the entire night.
We were in our fangirl
Except
mode.
for Sungri. I think, and Daesung might have liked us a little.
Daesung liked it.
He didn't like me.
I know, I think he was
so
confused.
much. He was so gorgeous.
I think they were confused. Daesung was gorgeous. His hair was not my favorite, but he still made it
so
work.
absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was like right on the level that they were performing at, and I was in this white sequin shirt, and I was on the aisle, and I was a tall white girl, and everybody could see me.
I looked over, I'm like, I didn't even need to search for her. I could see her.
It's
So,
true.
yeah, it was really weird for me. I was like, they're probably looking at me because I was the only one.
she stood
I
out.
was So,
It's true. I think that's awesome, personally.
But she was slowly embarrassed.
and I accidentally walked into the men's restroom.
Another highlight.
That was funny.
Other highlight for me was when they were singing Blue. Everybody turned their yellow lights off. Well, most everybody turned their yellow lights off and put on their blue stuff. And then I was looking up as they're singing, and the foam stuff was falling to make it look like it was snowing. And we had our hands up, and we were catching the foam. And I looked around, and I hear everybody singing Blue, and all the Blue are in the audience. And I'm listening to my boys sing this live, and I'm just like, life is amazing right now. I don't think it could be any better. And it was just a great moment for me. I loved that moment. He took a towel from one of the fans and he looked at it and showed it to us and he was like, that was pretty cool. And then he slowly just wiped his face and I was like, you're such a idiot. I love you, but oh my gosh. Then he gave it back to the fan and she freaked out, which I thought was hilarious.
The whole time he was doing it, I was like, ew.
I don't actually want his sweat. That's a little weird.
Oh, which reminded me, during, I think it was Knockout, I don't remember which song, but Top was doing his part of the song and he was walking towards us and everyone was shoving me. I didn't know what was going on, so I made the face like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I look over and Top's looking at me laughing because like everyone's like reaching over and I'm like,
You know, I'm like, I kind of went with it, but she's just like, oh my god.
so I was like, oh great. Every time someone looks over here, I'm acting either like an idiot or I look like I'm freaked out. Great impression I'm making in front of BigBang here. BigBang concerts, you can't top them.
So amazing. Oh my god.
Top.
Just so you guys know, I don't know that this was possible, but Top has become even higher on my list. I don't think anyone
This was a bad idea.
can
This
touch
was a
him
bad
now.
idea.
I am gone.
Idea.
I don't think it could be with anybody else now. Like he's the epitome of what I want, and there's nobody that can come close now.
This was a bad idea. GD has give it a couple more days. He'll get back on my list of him being my best friend in my imaginary world, which doesn't exist.
And Daesung is wonderful, and
Daesung
he's
is
gorgeous,
wonderful.
and he's fantastic, and
Baby.
yeah. dance.
That was a running
Oh my
joke
gosh.
all
All day.
weekend.
It's
All
so
weekend.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun though.
Every time anybody would say fantastic, somebody would say baby.
Baby.
That happened in line a couple times. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I'm in here. I love you guys. You
love
understand
people.
us. It's gonna be so sad to go back to Utah now because we're gonna become the weird ones again who like that
Yeah.
weird stuff that nobody understands, and they're like, wait, Korean?
But we handled it before, and we can
Keep
handle
doing
it
it.
again because we know that there are people out there that like us and know us.
What
They
this-
like us here.
They're like us here.
No.
We're accepted.
What this has reiterated to me though is we want to move to Korea. Like,
so bad.
not okay.
For the concert.
Not for the concerts. It's not. The reason
That's
is because of all the people we met and how sweet they are and how amazing
And
they
even
are.
though we're white, even though we poke out like a sore thumb, we feel really accepted.
We went to a Korean market that morning and they were really nice to us
And we just
there.
loved
And it was
it.
just, it was like, you know, guys, everything is working out really well for this. So I feel like this is what we're
This is
supposed to be
it.
doing. So plans are moving ahead, and I'm at least planning to move to Korea.
I'm gonna be there in the spring, hopefully.
I'll get there eventually, guys. Fighting.
We're working on it. So this is an amazing concert, the best weekend of my entire life. I would not
So far.
trade so far. I would not have traded anything in the world for this weekend. It was amazing. We've suspended our normal lives for this weekend. We became something so amazing.
It's like I don't know,
It's we don't
losing
know.
something. I feel like we've reached this
We gave pieces of
euphoria
our
that we
hearts
are
to
now
them,
going to lose.
and we're never
Yeah.
gonna get it back.
Our hearts are with you, BigBang. Fighting. 사랑해요!
GD, you still the bomb diggity.
탑 오빠 사랑해.
Jason, I really like you a lot.
She loves him. She loves
Creepy.
him. He's gorgeous.
Not just because you're gorgeous,
But you're so sweet, too.
You're so
Oh my
funny and I
gosh.
love you.
So
We love
great.
you, Daesung. We
We
love
like
you
you.
now.
We love you.
Oh my gosh, what is going on?
What the heck happened?
and Taeyong.
And Taeyong, even though we
You're
are so
so
confused
cool.
by all
And
your
I
stripping.
Okay,
All the
which reminded me of
stripping.
something. Daesung flexed his pecs at us.
Oh my
and I had to look away. I was like, oh my gosh.
He was
He
coming.
had
It
this,
was
like,
during the
body roll
encore.
dance move too, and I was just like,
It was during the
I just
encore, and he
died.
came over and he got this really weird look in his face, and he's like,
And I was just like, stop it! What are you doing?
I thought it was
Yeah.
hilarious. Daesung, you're awesome. Oh my
You're
god.
such a goofball.
The
Love
machinations. Love singing Happy Birthday to Top, and his silly dance was so funny.
So
oh
great.
my gosh. I love Bingo Top. He's like my favorite version of Top. Just saying.
We can collect all of the versions of Top now.
You should totally do that. Girl moment.
Oh my gosh.
Done. Mindy, look, I got a new version of Top.
Yay.
This is Assassin Top.
Assassin Top.
I'm gonna put that in my room.
I am.
So the camera cut out when we were talking about my story of what was going on in the concert. So
I have no idea why I did that either. It was the
Nope.
strangest thing, and I didn't know when it cut out. So, as far
let's
as we
pretend
know,
we're back in LA.
oh look, we're in a hotel
Oh,
room.
isn't this
and Lindsay's
awesome?
not here. She's
Lindsay
in the
had
bathroom.
Lindsay passed out.
Oh.
So
I didn't hit her over the head. I promise.
okay, so my favorite part of the concert was when Big Bang were singing Haru Haru at the end, because it was just complete euphoria, and the feeling that I felt, everyone around me, I feel like they felt the same way when they were singing that song, because it was just special for the concert. It was not acapella, it was slowed down.
It was
And then when they asked us to sing it back to them,
that was the best part.
oh my gosh,
Fan cams, I still freak out when they.
I cry every time, every single time. I cried then, and every time I hear that song afterwards, I cry my eyes out because it touched me so much. The whole Taeyong taking off his shirt thing, everyone's curious about, I was prepared for that.
He does it every single concert.
I was prepared, so I was like, I did look away and blush, but I was prepared that he was going to take off his shirt at some point. However, I was not prepared for a few other awkward moments.
There were some awkward moments.
One of which happens to be about GD. After Crayon, and I think it was after
It was after knockout.
Knockout, he was having issues with his belt.
Right in front of us.
Right in front of us, he was walking towards us, so he was messing with his shirt and his belt and his pants. And I really wanted to just like focus on his eyes and focus on his voice, but my eyes were inverted elsewhere. And I was like, GD, just stop. Just stop. GD's like, leave it alone. It's fine. I just like, ugh.
I was laughing, and I was like, ah, and I turned to Mindy to say, GD's having belt problems, and Mindy's like,
This is like, I was like, I don't want to look there. Stop it, GD, stop.
all the fangirls around us were freaking out.
And I'm just like, they were freaking out because they're like, oh my gosh, she's touching his belt. And I'm like, go stop it. So let's talk about why GD was demoted. So Friday night when we went to the concert, I was like, you know, in tears when I heard GD's voice for the first time. You guys,
I got a picture of it.
You guys know that GD is like, he's my idol. He's like one of my most favorite people in this entire world. I adore GD. He is the top on my rating list. Just don't turn this into a tap reference.
Continue.
GD is like, he's the bomb. GD is like my end all epicness. So Friday night I planned out where I was going to be standing next to the stage when there was going to be a pause where he'd be close enough to me to hear me say, GD, you are the bomb. Saturday night rolls around, and it gets to that point where there's going to be a lull right after all the solos, and they come back on for a song, and they're talking to the audience, and there was a pause, and his back was turned to me, and I yelled out, GD, you're the bomb! And he ignored me.
Whatever, you said he smiled.
Like 2 seconds, 2 beats after that, he turned to grab his water bottle, and he was smiling. And I don't think anything on stage was happening that would make him smile. They wasn't really talking to me, so I assume he smiled at my comment, but I don't actually know that for sure. But I just wanted him to acknowledge me once.
He was really in a really weird mindset Saturday night. I think he was jet lagged, and he was just not feeling good. He spent a lot of time up with the band.
I mean, he did sit down a lot, so I can understand that. So I guess, but still, like, you know, you guys know how much I love GD.
He hardly ever looked at anybody in the audience. When he would like...
He did play with some people, though.
He did a little bit, but for the most part, when he would be out there and he'd get near the edge of the stage, he would close his eyes and he would look down and he would sing kind of like that, or he would have his sunglasses on so you couldn't see if he was looking at you or not. So I felt like he was trying to avoid eye contact as much as possible.
Which, like, pretty much broke my heart. And I was like, GD, I spent all this time and energy. And during the soundcheck party, he ignored us completely, all of us. He had his back to the audience the entire soundcheck party. At that moment when GD ignored me and made me feel like I was a crazy netizen and did not validate my love for him, at that moment he was demoted to no longer best friend status to just, you know, the guy that I think is the bomb. But then 2 days later,
like I said, give her a couple days.
I watched some fan cams and I was like, GD, you're still a bomb, and you could be my friend. It's okay. I forgive you. You were jet lagged. I forgive you, but still,
honestly, guys,
you did break my heart. So you owe me a smile to my freaking face, okay? I worked hard on that plan. I planned it out, and I never do that for anyone. Owe me a smile to my face.
Let me say something here to everybody. So these boys work really hard to try to give us the best show that they possibly can, and they were pushing themselves a lot, and you know, we love them so much, and they're so much a part of our own personal lives, and there's only 5 of them that we want to show them how much we love them. However, they have thousands upon millions of fans who are constantly trying to get their attention and trying to get some sort of validation from them that it's literally impossible to give it to everyone. Do not take it personally if they do not validate you or see you or smile or whatever. In other words, Katie
doesn't think my argument is valid.
I don't think it's valid because I think he was trying.
I was just disappointed. Top looked at you.
And, well, Top looked at me for about a millisecond. Even though that's enough for me, a lot of, you know, I would actually probably would have loved to, and I don't even actually know for sure that it was actually me he looked at. I assume because it felt like it, but I don't know for sure. But I'm just going to assume that and be satisfied with that. But, you know, it's not necessarily possible to have them give you that type of attention when you're in such a large group.
I agree with this. You know, the very fact that he might have smiled at my comment, pretty freaking awesome, seeing that he didn't feel very good.
You can take what you perceive and be content with that.
In retrospect, it was just that night I really felt very much like he had
Because
broken
we
my
had
heart.
Daesung and Seungri always over on our
Yeah.
side of the stage, and they actually were paying attention to us, and
Although Jae-sung, once again, thinks I'm a dork.
I don't think he does.
So it's, in the end, it's not so much that it was his fault. It's just that I really wanted to have that one experience, and it didn't happen.
Well, the other thing is that this is not the end.
That's right, we are going to see them again, and he will smile at my face, and he will point at me and say, this girl's awesome.
And then he'll point and laugh at her face.
Like Daesung almost did. Oh!
We went full fangirl at the concert.
I feel so embarrassed about some of the things I did, guys. I really do, because I'm not a netizen. I'm not a major fangirl.
I am.
But I acted like one.
At the concert. You can't help but just get sucked in.
And if you've noticed at the New Jersey concert, those fans are actually more fans and not as crazy as we were in Cali. So I feel like they enjoyed them more, and that made me feel bad. I was like, oh, if we would have calmed down, we would have had more fun.
Even if we calmed down, there were so many that would not
That's
have.
true.
So. And honestly, they also may not have been as wound up as we were because they had spent the entire day in the freezing
true. So
cold.
they might have needed the Big Bang to have more energy to warm them up.
Right. So we were in we had great weather in LA.
Oh my gosh, it was
amazing.
the best trip ever.
So I don't think I mentioned this while we were there because there were just so many favorite moments that I had. But recently, rewatching a lot of the New Jersey fan cams, I rediscovered one of my absolute favorite moments that I was stuck with all the other favorite moments was when Top's walking solo down the stage to the drum beat, just about to go into Love Song.
Yeah.
He was walking right towards us and seeing the way they lit him up, and I was just like, oh, honey, I freaking love you. And then as soon as he starts, his gorgeous deep voice starts, Love Song, I was just gone. And it was just like so magical. I loved the way they set that up. That was so amazing.
Goodness. Honestly, I keep trying to find, like, I say Haru Haru is my favorite part because that's one that has stuck with me the most, other than Crayon. But that entire concert was my favorite part. There was nothing bad about that concert.
When they came out doing Howji,
oh my gosh,
so much fun.
Feeling.
I honestly don't think
there was a bad part of that concert.
I was not as hyped up for like Seungri's solo.
I was
until he came out.
I was.
You were because you were fangirling at that point.
Guys, what happened to me? I'm like Seungri, what the crap?
I didn't start freaking out. I was like, oh, it's Seungri solo. I'll put my earplugs in to give my ears a rest. And then he came out of the stage and he had his gun and he was looking super hot. And I was like, oops, sorry, gotta fangirl over the song.
Sorry, we got it. No matter how many times I say I'm disappointed, I keep thinking back about all the moments that a lot of fans didn't get to have, and I feel extremely privileged to have that experience.
It was probably the best experience we could have asked for. Yes, we didn't get everything that we were hoping for, but everything combined, I don't think it would change a thing.
No. It
would have made it for a different experience, and I like what we got.
Our experience was special.
And
it's inspired us.
Yeah. Big Bang's very inspiring.
They are.
So.
GD, I love you. GD, you are the bomb diggity. I love you. You can be my best friend. Okay?
BTW yelling Top Oppa in a huge crowd where I'm the only white girl and the rest are Asians is really weird.
This is what Katie looked like. Top Oppa!
Probably.
And I didn't actually say anything. I didn't say Oppa once. I just
wanted to be able to
English.
Well, I wanted to say Oppa to Top once in real life. I don't think he ever heard me, and I don't really care.
But you said it in real life.
But I said it in real life, and he was right there. I was saying it at him. But I swear I got so many weird stares because, okay, people have asked us this, the percentage of Asian to white people at this concert. I'd say it's somewhere between 80 to 90% Asian. And we were in the lowly.
I would even say 95% Asian.
Okay, guys, we're going to do a basic overall concert review sort of a thing. I'm only going to be basing it basically kind of how we do our reaction reviews, kind of, but we're not going to rate it. We're just going to kind of do a quick review because this is
I rated GD out of 10. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
way it could not have been.
Honestly, this is better than a GT out of 10, and
this
I don't
is
even
a Big Bang out of 10.
Yeah, seriously, this is Big Bang out of 10. You can't get better than that. That is the top.
It's a YG out of 10. All of them all together.
Big Bang out of 10. Whatever. Anyway. Basic review of it is, I think that whoever has come up with the way that it all works
The intro.
now.
Oh my gosh, the
works
intro.
really well.
Oh my gosh.
The intro was amazing. Especially, I really love how they play the music videos for the fans to get them, you know, kind of remembering their favorite songs and the concepts and stuff.
Mhm.
And then I love how they crank up the volume on the last music video just before they do the intro. That pumps up the audience so well.
Can I just tell you that I really hope they could hear the reaction to every person and who has more of a fan base in each concert. Because every time that Crayon came on, when we were there, it was like an explosion of love for GD and then an explosion of love for Daesung whenever he was on camera.
Top got a lot too. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And then Taeyong did as well.
On Friday night, there was a lot of Sungri. On Friday night,
Friday
there
night
was
was
a
a
lot of
Sungri. There was a lot of Sungri. He got a lot of love Friday night. I
Mhm.
think that's why he was so on Friday night. He was funny. I really, really loved that they have the live band. That actually made the show, in my opinion. They are excellent artists, and they were able to take the beats of the actual songs and to take it to another level that just made it you tingle. It was amazing.
We were standing next to a member of High Tech in line while they were trying to get in because he was lost.
He had the coolest shoes.
He had Jeremy Scott's shoes. I want to steal them.
They were epic.
And
Oh
he
my
was
gosh.
super attractive
I
and
know.
tall.
High Tech.
Mm-hmm.
They've become celebrities in their own right through a live tour because they are amazing dancers, and they're able to do some really crazy crap, and we just love High Tech. They are awesome. I really, really like how they put the set list.
Mm-hmm. It's perfect.
It was very, very smooth, and I think this came from a lot of trial and error throughout the concerts because they've
this
changed
set list
it.
really like it goes from high to cool down to lots of high, and then it just like it flows with the way that you were feeling, and the way that they end it is very much like you don't want to say goodbye. So when they come on with encore with feeling, you're like, yes, I don't want to stop this feeling.
Yeah, they and I just love how much fun it is and how they structured how people do changes, and you're never really left feeling like they are stalling.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something to keep you pumped.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so tiring for us after a really long day, but you couldn't help but be sucked into them. It was so amazing. I really liked the set list and how they did that. Costuming. They had brand new costumes at this concert. We weren't expecting that. We had no idea. They were freaking gorgeous. They were super high quality, and like especially for the GD Top duo, those jackets are awesome.
Issues.
Yeah, GD did have
Awkward issues.
But then he also couldn't even get his jacket on at first. It was really funny. He had such issues in that one.
Yeah.
But I love that each jacket has T and then a G on GD's, and yeah, now I reference each other. And then back of Top's jacket says Korea on it. I don't know what GD said.
I don't think it said anything.
Maybe not. But I really, really loved their outfits. Top, let me say this right here, right now. Honey, you look gorgeous in concerts. Your outfits are amazing, but you're a really horrible dresser.
So is GD. His shorts make me laugh.
During the soundcheck party, they came out and they're just street clothes or whatever, and Top had the worst pants on ever.
GD had black short shorts.
His knees make me laugh.
Like a t-shirt and Stewie from Family Guy
baseball cap
on, which was attractive to me because I love him in his baseball caps. But his shorts and then tennis shoes, really.
Top had these really ugly pants that did not fit him quite right, and then like these disgusting loafers that are like old man shoes, and I just really, really want to jump on stage and just rip off his shoes at least.
Just like, change the shoes!
Please don't dress like an old man! Oh, and I was really mad. He came out for soundcheck party and he had sunglasses on so we couldn't look at his eyes, and he stayed in the middle of the stage. But their outfits during the concert were so well put together and they fit them so well, and I love their pants. They're super tight, but they're awesome. Especially Top's red pants. Fits him just right. Just saying. Daesung's wings, in this one, they got, instead of black wires or whatever straps, he had white ones, which I actually think works better.
Yeah, I like it better.
Because it's more angelic. So, and it's sparkly. So it's really cool. And I really liked it.
GD's hair is so amazing right now. I love the white mohawk look.
I do too. It's looking really... I love Top's hair right now. Oh my gosh. So freaking sexy. Honey. And then Seungri's too. And then Daesung's, even though I really, really wanted him to keep the blonde.
His eyes
I knew he wouldn't, but the color it is now, it actually does bring out his eyes really well. And they were just sparkly.
And Taeyang! Well, we love Taeyang.
Okay, I love the braids actually.
I don't dig him that much.
I don't like him when he takes them out because he's got this really weird afro going on. It's really weird. But I dig it. I thought he has such swag. Oh my gosh, that
Yes,
boy,
he does.
he's a B-boy.
Swag check.
He's so
Yeah, that's Taeyang right
That's
there.
Taeyang. And he's such a cutie, and he's such a hard worker, and I just love that boy. Love him to pieces. Overall, I would say the best part of this concert was the fan participation and the energy you get from all around you, plus the performers.
Mhm.
It's nothing like we've ever experienced before.
It basically was the best experience of my life. I've never had anything ever. Nothing has compared to this.
And I don't think anything ever will again. So I'm just happy that we had like the perfect time.
Mhm.
We're really sorry that we weren't able to take video close up or anything like that on Saturday night. But there's fan cams and people it was really weird. It was Honda Center themselves that were cracking down on the videos, not necessarily Big Bang, because at New Jersey they didn't really care.
No.
But especially Saturday night, people, even the fan cams that I was able to find, which are not a lot, they were saying they had already been worn twice at this point and they were still trying. And it's like, we were not going to risk getting kicked out to film because, sorry, but we want to see Big Bang.
Yeah.
So, but we tried. And we did record some Friday, even though we fangirled a little too much and screamed and danced. And it was not a very good recording.
I saw GD. I was this close to my idol.
I like this close.
I can't show them that on camera.
It's a little bit further.
It's a little bit further, and that is amazing.
They've become real people. It was really weird having worlds collide because this world of Korean fandom and idols and stuff like that, it was very separate from our lives before, where we were like super fans and we thought it was awesome. We never thought it would actually be a part of it. But to come together with the fans and to be there with the idols was a crazy amazing experience.
It was a moment where we all knew. We didn't have to explain it to anyone. We didn't need to tell the story behind Wings. We didn't have to explain how awesome GD is and all the symbolism behind Crayon. Everyone knew. And then we had to come back here where no one understands it.
Podunk, Utah.
People that make fun of my affinity for Korean culture. Like
people who try to say that Top is feminine and he's not.
And people who say that GD looks like a drug addict. Breaks our hearts a little bit to have to come back.
But we're going to try to keep spreading K-pop.
Yes.
Actually, from our interview experience, we found out a lot more people liked it. So maybe we just aren't able to find them because they hide like we do. We hide.
죽어가는 듯 보이지만 죽지 않아 남들의 시선을 피해 결코 숨지 않아 보란듯이 끝까지 추락하지만 I'm alive 넌 더 이상 이렇게 앞서가가는 뒤로